What's happening, everybody? I'm Steve, and welcome back to Junkdrummer TV, where I give my initial reactions, my hot takes, my analysis on the drummers of today and yesterday, and maybe tomorrow if I stick around that long. I'm a professional drum teacher and a gigging musician, and I have been for the last 20 plus years. Before we get into it, just a little business. Actually, two pieces of business. The first, I'd like to give a thanks to Will Chanel, who is my newest patron on my Patreon. Thank you very much. And I have a strange request from anyone viewing this video. So someone who says they are the real Phil Rudd, which was from a channel that was just like created October 21st, commented on my Phil Rudd video and said I did a good job. And I talked to him and he says he's the real Phil Rudd. Now, he's had like 2 videos on that channel since he's had it up October 21st, and both of them have been erased. But I talked to him for a little while. He actually said he was in Florida hanging out with Brian. I don't know if it's Phil Rudd, but I want to know. He said that if I give him a shout out, then he'll give me a shout out. And if it is Phil Rudd, I want a shout out. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to The Real Phil Rudd. It only has like 18 subscribers right now. And I want you to subscribe, and I want you to comment and say Junkdrummer TV sent you. Let's find out if that's Phil Rudd or not. And I'm also trying to get him on the interview channel, on the interview show that I have. He probably won't, but we can try. So, The Real Phil Rudd, Junkaholics, help me out. With all of that out of the way, we have a special episode today because this young lady has been one of the most requested in the comments section since the beginning of this channel. We're going to be watching Paulina Villarreal. Thank you to Cindy, my friend who's a Spanish teacher, playing with The Warning, and they're going to be playing Dull Knives. I don't know anything about her. This is a classic reaction video. I just know that tons and tons of people have been asking me to do this. From what I have gathered from the comment section, this is a band that's kind of like grown up on YouTube. Apparently they've been a band since they were like, because they look really young, and it seems like they've been in this band since they were like kids. I went on their Wikipedia. It seems like they've been on the Ellen DeGenerate show. So yeah, let's check out Paula Villarreal and The Warning. Oh, shit. Oh. Rock and roll. Okay. Oh, my God. Young people playing rock and roll and instruments. How refreshing. It's a kind of a whack guitar. Okay. Rock and roll. Fucking yay. What looks to be early 20s, maybe late teens, playing rock. That's not Greta Van Fleet. Fucking yay. This groove right here, this tom groove she's playing is very, it's a common sounding groove. I think I know where this channel or where this video is going to go with this whole rock theme that we're doing, like classic rock and roll from what we've gotten so far. That's very classic, tom, very 90s-y type groove. I hear some double bass in there. Maybe they're flexing with their silver play button. Those Scorpion shirt. That's another classic trope in rock and roll, is having a riff that kind of resolves on that and a 4, you know, 1, 2, 3, and 2, I don't know if that's the bass part she was playing, but resolving on that and a 4. Right there. We talk about how hard it is to sing and play drums at the same time. It's like dealing with a 5th limb. This young lady's rocking out. She's got some like, yeah, she's got some like Taylor Hawkins delivery in her playing. You know, you got to figure if this band grew up, you know, listening to rock and roll, Foo Fighters have to be a big influence on them, and you can tell that she's got some Mr. Hawkins in her. It sounded bad. Ooh, good thematic playing right here. Yes, yes, Paulina Villarreal. Yes. Okay, so that first verse, all on the toms, right? Again, we're going to talk about the problems that one deals with when you're in kind of like a straight up rock and roll band like this here in a minute. But the first verse, it was all on that tom thing, you know, 1, 2, I think is what she was doing. I think she was playing like 1, 2, can. Common thing. And then this halfway through this second verse, she drops the snare drum and hi-hat in there. That's great drum part writing. Let's go back and check that out, where she's playing the verse that she set up in the first, the first go round, and then drops that snare drum, and it takes that second verse and it kind of lifts it up. Yeah, still playing the same tom pattern that she was doing in her left hand, the first verse, but adding that snare drum in. I wonder how old they are. Oh yeah, this band could definitely open up for the Foo Fighters. She looks like Ariana Grande. Still got pipes. That's good rock and roll, man. Yeah. As a drum teacher who teaches people in this age group all the time, I'm loving this. And it's not like a guitar solo section, it's like a band instrumental section. Pushing the tempo here. That's fine. We're playing live, that's not a problem. Yeah, okay. I think they're sisters, right? I think they're all Villarreal. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about being in a rock band like that, just straight up, just American rock band, and I know they're not American. When you go down that path, it's a well-worn, well-traveled path. It's really hard to be creative when you're just like a straight up rock band like this, because AC/DC exists, because Led Zeppelin exists, because Black Sabbath exists, because Muse exists, because Foo Fighters exist. It's so hard to be creative, and what you end up doing, and we saw a lot of that today, is you end up swimming in the same pool as the people who came before you, and then it's really up to you to figure out a new way or a new twist or a small little thing that you can add to it that makes it your own. You know, like it's like being like a singer-songwriter rock guy, like a Tom Petty type. Like, it's really hard to be in a band that's like a Tom Petty type, because Tom Petty exists and he's already done it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all been done. And one of the ways that you saw where she kind of put her own spin on the twist was where she was again putting that tom thing, and that tom groove is a common one. You will see that a lot. But that's fine, because we all end up playing things that sound like other things. You know, what is it? The Bare Naked Ladies. What's that song? It's all been done. It's all been done, and especially in this realm. But the fact that she took that second verse and added the snare drum and hi-hat opening thing in there, it just put a little spice in there, and it made it more her own. The hits on that and a 4, that's just, man, that's like, I always think about it like this. It's like being a chef, and like if you're going to be like a fantastic chef, you have to like be really good at cooking these classics that all chefs are good at. Like you have to like be really good at making a good spaghetti, and you have to make a good barbecue, and you have to make a good like beef Wellington, I guess. And it's the same thing. If you're going to be this kind of like rock band, like just rock, it's really hard to be creative because it's all been done, and these young ladies did it wonderfully. They were just putting their own spin on classics, and that's first, it takes a lot of balls to do that. It's easier to be kind of like a band that doesn't do the traditions like that. But when you make that choice to be a traditional something, it's up to you to put some spice in it to make it your own. Everyone makes chili. How do you make your chili taste a little bit better or different than all the chili before? You know what I mean? So yeah, there you go. A comment section, the warning with Paulina Villarreal. That's cool. I did read that they were supposed to be on their first tour this year. Oh, that's something else. This is a band that seems like, got over on YouTube, and you know how I feel about YouTube bands. I love it. I love bands that are able to circumvent the traditional music business and take the music straight to the people, and that's what they did. And apparently they've been doing it since they were like little kids. So much respect in that sense. But yeah, I guess they were getting ready to go on their first like big tour, and of course, like everybody else in the world, it's this stupid fucking pandemic and the quarantine. It's the great equalizer, because from the bar band down the street to the biggest band that sells out stadiums, we're all in the same boat because none of us are allowed to play. And that's a bummer for these girls, but they're not going anywhere. This is a band that will probably last, because here's the thing. The reason why they're going to last is because rock and roll is forever. And if you can make good rock and roll, you will live forever. And between me and you, this band would eat Greta Van Fleet's lunch. I'm just going to say that now. So, if you enjoyed all that, please give me a like, comment, and share. Please check out my merch page. Maybe check out my Patreon. Thank you all. See you all next time. And keep practicing until it's easy.